Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to talk about my new Viyuki tabletop tile saw. So this works on top of a workbench. You could either permanently mount it there or you could just have it sit on top. So here's the warning label. I'm going to show you the instructions, walk you through a couple of the steps, and let you know what I like about it. So what I like about it is the size. It's got a 7-inch blade, and you can see it's maybe like a foot and not even a foot and a half. It's rather lightweight. You can lift it. It's got a handle right over here for easy lifting, and I'm going to show you how it works, the basic setup, and we'll go from there. So this is a wet saw, so you need to fill the tray with water. So here's your tray, and it's got a plug over here if you want to drain it. You gotta empty the water once in a while so it doesn't get sandy and dusty, etc. Over here is your power outlet right here. It's grounded, so it's safe. And over here are tools, which we're gonna get to. These two are for replacing that blade. The diamond blade is gonna wear out when you start cutting a lot. And this is an angle, 45-degree angle tool. So let's start over here. This is the edge. This shows you how to, this is for measuring. So here you got a ruler. So you see 1, 2, 3, and over here it goes all the way until 8. So let's say you're trying to do a 3-inch cut. You loosen this on both ends, over there and over here on that end. Then you slide the bar to exactly where you want it. So let's say we're trying to do a 2-inch. So move it to the 2, and then we would tighten this on both sides. Then you would take, got a sample piece of tile here. You would take the tile here, you make sure it's filled with water, you plug it in, you come over here to the power, and you hit it on over there. I have it unplugged for this demonstration. And once that's on, you let it, make sure it gets to full speed. You let it run for a couple seconds, and then you would just slide this down. This blade, this is guarding that blade, so you don't touch that blade over there. It will lift up on its own. It could do up to 1-inch thick tile. So you would just be pushing through, and it will lift on its own, and then you cut your tile. Rather simple. It's similar to most other table saws. In case you've cut tiles before you're familiar, just want to show you in case you're not familiar. The angle piece is actually very cool if you're looking to do like a herringbone style or just need a 45-degree cut. So over here you would use this part, and that's going to hold your perfect 45. So when you slide over here, you're going to get your 45-degree cut, and you could also go the other way, if needed, going that way, etc. So it's really simple to use. Small piece of plastic, but it makes that those angled cuts very easy. Another thing is, if you want to do a beveled cut, like a 45-degree, you gotta loosen over here and over here on this side. And then once it's loosened, let me improve the focus for a second. Once it's loosened, you could angle that whole table, and then you would tighten both sides, etc. I'm just coming over here so you can see. Over there you can see the different angles. It's a little hard to see with a knob there, but if you look at it from the bottom, if this is mounted on the table, it'd be easier to see. It's got an arrow here, and it's pointing to the degree that you have it at. So you would figure out what type of bevel you're looking for, and once it's set, then you would put your tile on and do it like that. So you can see how it'll cut. You can make a nice cleaned edge. So instead of buying pre-made bevel tiles, you could make some sort of finished edge on the edges, the exposed edges. So that's basically the setup and how to use it. It's for the price. For the price, it's about it's less than $100. The price fluctuates a little on Amazon, so I don't want to give an exact price. But it's under $100, and for the price you're paying, it's a great saw. It's not a top of line DeWalt, etc. But it will, if you're a regular homeowner or someone who does, a couple tile jobs a year, this is definitely something that's worth looking into. Over here, just one last thing. If you're mounting it to the bench, so you can see there are holes over here on either side, and over here, and over there. So that's what you'll use to, you line it, make a mark, and then drill holes, then put bolts through there to, attach it to your workbench for greater stability. And one other thing I just want to warn you, I mean, this is all covered in the instructions, but if you got a big tile here, I just have a sample tile here, but let's say you're holding a 4-foot, 2-foot by 4-foot tile, so that's rather large, so that's going to be tilting off the table here, and, if it's not properly supported, your cuts are going to be off, because it'll move and your measurements won't be right. So if you're going to have it bigger, make sure you get like a bigger table, with roller blade, rollers, etc. to, make sure everything is stable when you're cutting. And if you got to replace the blade, so or the covers or anything, so these screws just, this just lifts right off. But in order to get to the blade, you have to go on the bottom, and you can see there's screws there that cover the assembly to make sure you don't get hurt. So you would unscrew those and then use the other tools to remove the blade or replace it. Technically, you could put a different blade there, a wood blade saw also, if you want to use it as a regular, tabletop saw. You could take off that, diamond blade and put a wood blade. But that's kind of a waste of this. This is really meant for tile. So anyway, thanks for watching my video on the Viyuki 7-inch chrome-plated benchtop tile saw.